The morning of June 1st, 1946, was unusually calm in Jalava prison, Romania. But behind the thick concrete walls, four men, once powerful beyond imagination, were preparing to face the final minutes of their lives. Among them stood Ion Antonescu, the former Prime Minister and Marshal of Romania. The man who once ruled the country with absolute authority was now waiting to die. Antonescu had risen through the ranks with the confidence of a soldier and the charisma of a national hero. During the war, he allied Romania with Nazi Germany, convinced it was the only way to reclaim territories lost to the Soviet Union. But that decision would seal both his fate and his country's suffering. As German forces crumbled in 1944, Romania's loyalty shifted overnight. King Michael I staged a coup, arrested Antonescu, and handed him over to the Allies. From that moment, the Marshal's life became a countdown. During his trial, Antonescu never begged for mercy. He spoke with the same discipline that defined his military life, defending his actions as those of a patriot, not a traitor. "History will judge me," he said calmly, "not this court." But the court had already decided. He was sentenced to death by firing squad. Now, in the dusty yard of Jalava prison, the condemned men were led to wooden chairs. They refused blindfolds. Antonescu's face was pale, but his eyes were sharp, still the eyes of a commander. He turned to his executioners and said quietly, "You are shooting a soldier of Romania. Do your duty." A priest whispered prayers as the soldiers raised their rifles. For a moment, the world held its breath. Then came the deafening volley. When the smoke cleared, Antonescu was still moving, mortally wounded, but not yet dead. The soldiers hesitated. An officer stepped forward, pistol trembling in his hand, and fired the final shot. It was over. The man who once controlled armies, who dictated the fate of millions, now lay motionless in the dirt of a prison yard. His body was buried in an unmarked grave, erased from the land he once ruled. For decades, Romania tried to forget him, but history never forgets. To some, Ion Antonescu remains a patriot who fought for his country. To others, a dictator responsible for countless deaths and suffering. But perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, in the silence between those final gunshots, when even power and pride couldn't save a man from his own history.